Yo, slow budget. Once again. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's show. Today's date is February 17th, 2023, TGIF. Well, a lot of stuff to get to today. I'm going to try to get through it all. My push-up challenge is still going strong. People ask me all the time. Yes, I have not given up on it. As of yesterday, the 16th, was day 47 of the challenge, and as of that date, I've done 1,128 push-ups. So I'm still going strong. I can feel it. I can feel my arms getting stronger, my chest. I did weigh myself this morning. I am way under 270. That was my goal. My first goal is to get under 270, and I was about 267. So, looking good. Let's see what else is going on. Yesterday I talked a little about Nicolas Cage, and then the gentleman that told me about the movie came in yesterday and we talked about it, and I remembered some more fun facts about Nicolas Cage. Let's see, Nicolas Cage's real name is Nicolas Coppola. He is the nephew of Francis Ford Coppola, who's, just the producer, director, just award-winning, Godfather. And he has a famous family. A lot of his cousins, uncles, aunts, if you look, they're all like actors. And so he comes from a famous family, almost like the Barrymores. But he changed his name just so he could, he wanted to do it on his own. He didn't want his family's name. And it worked, just like Emilio Estevez changed his name from Sheen because he didn't want to use the Sheen name to get famous. He went by Estevez, his mom's last name, and he made it. Another couple things about Nick Cage. He's a big superhero fan. So he even named his son Kal-El, which is Superman's real name. So he's a big Superman fan. But one interesting thing, he had a Superman 1 comic book graded. It was worth over $1 million, and it was stolen from him. And when it was actually found in one of those storage locker, sales. A guy found it, and he actually, I'm pretty sure he sold it back or gave it back. And Nicolas Cage was saying, he wanted it back to give to his son, to pass on the legacy. But as soon as Nicolas Cage got it, he sold it for $2 million. So he didn't even save it for his son. He got it back and sold it. But yeah, the guy, I'm pretty sure I read that the guy was paid, the one that found it in the storage. I don't know how much, but there's just a couple of interesting facts about Nicolas Cage. And then last night, it happened again. The past 2 nights, I stayed up till 1, 2 in the morning working, only slept 5 hours. So every third day usually is when I really get my rest and my power nap, my 8 to 9 hours sleep. So I was like, last night was a night, went home. Corey was already asleep by 10. My plan was to go to sleep at 10. Next, I'm on my damn phone watching TikTok reels and everything till almost midnight. And So yeah, I'd still got 7 hours sleep, but not the 9 I expected. So today I answer Snapchat questions. So let me go to the app. There's a few on there. A couple of them are repetitive, but I don't mind. One of them I haven't even checked yet. So let's see. What's the first one? First one. How did I go bald? I've answered this before. I don't know why people are so interested in my baldness, but it's hereditary. My dad was bald. I never met any of my grandfathers, so I see my uncle. That's he would be he'd be my cousin. One of my oldest cousins. He's bald, so yeah, it's hereditary. That's all I could say. I don't know what else to answer that. Here's the next question. What's your type? It's like anything else now. I used to have a type. Now, my type is, I assume we're talking about women here. Anyone that's cool. I'm always attracted to a cute face, obviously. But as long as they're cool, to hang out with. I got to be able to hang out with someone, watch movies with someone. Someone that's just not annoying. You know what I mean? It's as long as they're cool to hang out with, we could do things. We could go places. The conversation's great at dinner. That's how it starts. You know what I mean? We go out on a date. And if the conversation's good, that's how. But yeah, I don't know how else to say it. Body type doesn't matter. As long as they're cool, cute, and we can hang out. The next one, how tall am I? My driver's license says 5'9", but I haven't been 5'9" in a while. You shrink as you grow older. I'm probably more 5'7.5" to 5'8" now. Let's see, what's the next one? Pick of lock screen. I actually don't have one. That's one I haven't even read yet. My background is some trees. I don't know if it matters. I'm not Apple. I know Apple like has lock screen pics. I don't have one. It's just some trees. I guess it's the default pic that came with the phone. I never even thought of changing it. Maybe I should. I know my son has a app that changes like 30 some pictures. Every time I look, it's a different picture. So actually, I don't have a lock screen. So that it's some default flowers. Now I have a couple of questions that were asked before. That remember I mentioned yesterday they were a little longer. This one's from my buddy Randy. He asked it last week. I just never got a chance to answer it. Best comic character, not story plot, who you got and why. Favorite comic-based movie. If you were a superhero, not based off of power to make a super click, but what 3 characters you think you'd roll with because you feel like you can relate. And I thought, obviously I thought about this question. I see it all the time because I've had it since for over a week. But they're all pretty much going to be X-Men / Wolverine answers. To me, the best comic character to me, I love Wolverine. Hands down. Favorite comic-based movie? I think the X-Men movies got it right where the Avenger movies got it wrong. See, X-Men, there's a lot of characters, but they were able to develop each character and not one overshadowed the other, where the Avengers, it's just so much going on, so much clashing. You really, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. The X-Men movies got it right, and they've been around forever. So I love the X-Men movies. Again, the Spider-Man movies got it right. I love the storylines. They rebooted 3 times, and then the new movie brought them all together because of the multiverse. And some of the Batman movies were good, some were bad. I mean, I like some of them. The newer stuff, I can't get into a lot of these new DC movies. And then the 3 characters, I thought about this for a long time. I would want to hang out with. 1 would be Wolverine. 2 would be Plastic Man, because he's just hilarious. I don't know if you know the character. I've been a Plastic Man fan forever, and he's just funny. And 3rd probably be Bruce Wayne, because there's a difference between Bruce Wayne and Batman. Obviously, Bruce Wayne is just cool, the smooth money guy, womanizer. I just think he'd be cool to hang with. I kind of thought I was gonna go toward Iron Man, but Tony Stark's is just too wild. We don't need to be wild every night. Bruce Wayne is just smooth. He's always hosting like galas. I don't know. I just think it would be cool to hang out with those. Where do you see the tri-community at in 10 years? Specifically San Manuel, more businesses or no new businesses? Well, here's the thing about San Manuel. Even though this town was booming when the mine was here, schools, we had 3 schools and everything was going. Even though there's not as much kids, it is moving more toward a retirement type town. Because for the fact is, there's no houses available. It's rare if you find a house available. So all the houses are still, they're sold and being lived in, but but they don't have kids. They're older. So all the families with kids are moving out. That's why we're down to a K through 12 school. But the amount of people here are probably, the houses are still occupied the same. And with people being here, of course we need new businesses. It takes people, to take that challenge. I took a shot. It's not easy. It's scary when you first open a business, because you don't know if you're going to survive and how you're going to make money. But the kind of businesses we need aren't the kind of businesses that are being open. Like, and we need a grocery store, but we have a motorcycle museum. And no knock to the person. That's his thing. That's what he wanted. But what I'm saying is the type of businesses we need aren't being open. We need grocery stores. We had banks, they closed. We need 1 gas station is good enough for our small town. We didn't need 3 at the time. See, this town got spoiled. At one time there was 4 gas stations in this small town, and they started closing, and people lost their freaking mind. We still have 1. That's all we need. We're a small town. We have enough restaurants, but we need the other stuff like grocery stores, like the new Simply Something that opened up. That's something the town needs. They have fresh groceries. So it's little stuff like that. Businesses are always good. It's just you got to find that right niche of what the town needs to be successful. The guy's trying to open an outdoorsman type store where he's selling ammo and hunting stuff. That's big out here, but it doesn't help that before he could even get open, he gets broken into. That discourages other people from like, why am I, once these tweakers, they got to just, I don't know, so many, but that's everywhere though. See, I'm not going to be like those people on the Facebook page and be like, oh, Samuel Wall has so many tweakers. Guess what? Go to any town in America, small town, big cities, they are everywhere. Drugs are everywhere. So I hate when people are like, oh, Samuel Wall this and this, it's like this is the only town in America where stuff happens. But yeah, back to the businesses. It's up to people that want to take a chance. And I've always thought about this. Even when the mines were open, there's big families here. So I always thought, like, say there's cousins and brothers that all work at the mine. If 5 of them took $5,000, pulled it together, $25,000, they could open up a nice little carniceria or something here in town of what we need. But people don't think like that. No, they'd rather go and spend it on, whatever, and that's their prerogative. But no one thinks about, hey, let's work for ourselves. And I've always said this, that's what I love about my job. I'm here right now, school calls me, because my daughter's sick, she might get called out today. Boom, I'm there in 30 seconds to a minute, and I have that luxury where I could clock out anytime I want because I own the business. And and I hate saying this because I don't want to knock people that are working, but I've always said, I've been open 16 years. I would hate to be a slave to a time clock again, where the business controls me. Like I got to clock out for lunch for 30 minutes and clock back in, and I have to be there. I can't leave. Oh, if you leave, you're gonna get fired because that's the 3rd time this week. Or I got kids. Stuff happens. So that's what I love about being my own business owner. So I hope I answered that question. I probably did too much more than you want to know. And another one, again, people want to know why I'm single, how I'm single. It's a person I am. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have friends. I go out on dates. But I don't want to be shackled down where, okay, I'm going home now. Oh, what time are you going to be? Okay, yeah. Okay, dinner be ready at 5. All right, I'll be there, but I got to go back to the shop at 6. Oh, but what time are you coming home? I want to watch a movie tonight. I'll work till 9. We'll watch a movie till 10. Then I got to come back because, like I said, my business is everything. I got to keep moving because I don't have a truck that comes every Tuesday and drops off merchandise. I hustle. I am a hustler. And sometimes it's weird. Like, I've asked women out before. I've asked some pretty-ass women out, and they said yes. And that's all it was. I just never followed through. And a couple of them, they're boyfriend up now. One's married. A couple are, and I was just like, I don't know why. And I thought about it. I'm like, I don't know why I do it. Like, I'll ask someone out. They'll be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And then I just never followed through. Like, hey, so we still want to go out? But yeah, I have friends. I could call someone right now. Hey, let's go to lunch. Or I could call someone, hey, let's go to dinner tomorrow or something. I have friends I go out with. But as a being in a relationship, yeah, the right person would have to come along to change that. Because I'm not trying to change my lifestyle. Someone would have to adapt to my lifestyle first before I adapt to theirs, if that makes any sense. I read something the other day, and it was the most realest thing I've read. Everyone knows back in the days when we were 20 years old, 19, 18, whatever, our 20s, everyone was getting smile now, cry later tattoos. You got those clowns or whatever, smile now, cry later. I know a lot of people. And what I read was, remember back then when we were getting them or when people were getting them? Those were the smile now days. We are now 30 years later, my age group, we are now living the cry later days. And that hit me so hard because that shit was real. Think about it. We were smiling back then. We were young. We were partying. Now that we're, if you're in your 40s, 50s, now everyone's dying around us. Just the world's gone to shit. Everyone has troubles, financial troubles, marital troubles. Just it's hard living nowadays. I ain't gonna lie, it is hard living nowadays. I'm not gonna blame it on the political parties. I'm just saying life in general. It didn't matter who was president for this topic, but that shit hit me hard. Like, we are now living in the cry later days. So I mean, if you're going through something, I feel for you. We're all going through something. You got to live it one day at a time. You got to. You can't, I don't know what else to say about that, but we got to live our life one day at a time and just hope for the best. So with that, this show's already long. I guarantee you Monday, I will do the review of the restaurant. I have all my thoughts down. but I'm already over 15 minutes at this show, so I would definitely get to it on Monday. With that, I hope you guys have a great weekend. One last thing before I go, Arizona is having their high school state wrestling championships right now in Phoenix, and the minors have 5 kids participating, Raymond, Jacob, Andy, Tommy, and Aiden. I hope you guys all, kick ass out there and get on that podium. Another high school that's kicking ass right now is Sunnyside. They got 13 wrestlers. All 13 are advancing to the next round in medaling. And with that, Sergio, Zane, Carlitos, Nico, and James, I hope you guys all get that championship. And with that, I'll talk to you guys on Monday.
Burn one. Yo. 21. Low budget. Once again.